No, I can't believe this is, this is my second time this year I've been here at Nevada Union High School. I was here at my niece's graduation back in June and sat up in the stands on a very warm day. and that was a very nice experience actually. And now I'm back here again just a few months later. Between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. Pacific time, I understand that this is generally wake-up music for the agriculture people here.
#1 crop.
Someone's got to do it, I know. Why should Humboldt get all the business?
They get all the credit.
So I've been here before, and if you have been at these other events, we've been over at Occupy Oakland the last couple of days, and also we stopped by Occupy San Francisco, and it is really incredible as I've traveled the country in the last few weeks, just how powerful this movement has become. I wish you could have been with me to see what's going on across the country. It would lift your spirits. It is something that I have not really seen in my lifetime, a movement that has begun so quickly and has achieved so much support so fast. The National Journal poll last week, 59% of the American public supports the goals of Occupation Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street. 59%. I mean, is that just incredible? If you're my age or older, do you remember the beginnings of the movements of our youth? The feminist movement, the civil rights movement, the anti-Vietnam War movement? This movement is 6 weeks old. 6 weeks old, and it already is getting 59% support in this country. Wow. I mean, just think about that. In the first 6 weeks of the feminist movement, did it have 59% of the American people supporting it? No. Did in 1964-65, were 59% of the American people against the Vietnam War? No. I mean, this is incredible. It's incredible. And the media is so confused by it. They don't know what to, they don't know, they're so like, whoa, what's going on here? Oh, you know, I've been down at Occupy Wall Street for a number of days over these last 6 weeks, and the media will show up every now and then, and they just ask the same exact questions. The mainstream media, who's the leader here? Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Nobody. Everybody. You know, there are no leaders because everyone is a leader in this movement. The movement only works if everyone decides to lead. First, by just leading themselves out the door to become active and involved. And then leading others in their neighborhood, in their school, in their church to get involved. This only works. It doesn't work with the one leader. And we've been wondering for so long, when is this rebellion going to take place? When are people going to stand up and get this country back in our hands? And when are we going to have a true democracy and all this? Well, it's finally happening, but it's happening specifically because it doesn't have a leader. It doesn't have an organization. There are no dues-paying members. There are no monthly meetings in the basement of the Unitarian Church. And God bless the Unitarians. Don't take that the wrong way, because I don't want any angry. I heard Steve say, no one approached the stage. Suddenly there's an angry Unitarian coming at me. What would that look like, an angry Unitarian? I don't know. But it doesn't have any of that. It's another question that the media likes to ask is, who organized this? Who organized? Who started this? Who? And what I like to say to them is, standing there in Zuccotti Park, a couple blocks off Wall Street and surrounded by all the headquarters of these financial institutions, do you know who organized this movement? They did. Just look up there. The head of Goldman Sachs, Citibank over here, Bank of America over there. They organized this, along with ExxonMobil, BP, General Motors, and a whole host of others who put their boot on the necks of the American people for just a couple minutes too long. They overplayed their hand, didn't they? Huh. It wasn't enough for them just to be normally greedy. They had to have more. It wasn't enough for, they did this for 30 years, didn't they? 30 years of destroying the middle class of this country. 30 years of blowing up the American dream, the true terrorists of our lifetime. Yeah. The people who have ruined the lives and killed Americans as a result of their greed. Yes. They are the true terrorists. Yes. When I see the police in Oakland and across the country now, they don't look like police anymore because for 10 years, they've been militarizing our police departments. Right. They've been turning them into a domestic army to keep an eye and to keep down the population. That's their purpose. Homeland security. My ass. Homeland security, protecting us from what? Al-Qaeda? You know, you can just let the boogeyman go for so long. And sooner or later, what does a child do when the child thinks the boogeyman, the monster's in the closet? Opens the door and turns on the light. No boogeyman, no monster. What does our own CIA say? There's 50 Al-Qaeda left in Afghanistan, and we have 100,000 troops there? Are you... No, we're on the radio. Are you... What's the word? Are you kidding? Yes. Yes, that would be like a Harry Reid word. Are you kidding me? I don't understand the Republicans. They're just kidding us, I think. Well, I heard they were going to filibuster, and you know, I don't want them to filibuster. They have to stand for like 2 or 3 days and read from War and Peace and cookbooks and the Bible. And we don't want to do that to our Republican senators. You got to see this. I mean, what was it, a couple weeks ago here in Grass Valley? You had almost 400 people here. 400 people! Yeah. So like, whoa! Occupy Grass Valley! Whoa! Whoa! I told that to the people at Occupy Oakland yesterday. I said to them, do you know where Grass Valley is? People knew. I said, well, I know, here in San Francisco and Oakland, yes, you have lots of people here, but let me tell you what's going on in Grass Valley. All right? A town that is represented by a Republican in Congress. All right? So, we're not in Berkeley here. We're not in Ann Arbor. Right? We're in Grass Valley. 400 people showed up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But it's happening in all these little towns and villages across the country. There's a place in Michigan near where I live called Niles, Michigan. They only have 11,000 people in Niles, and 100 showed up for Occupy Niles. That's 1% of the population. That's 1%. Of the population of Niles. If 1% of America showed up in the National Mall for a demonstration, that'd be over 3 million people. Just so you understand how hard it is to get out 100 people in the Republican town of Niles, Michigan. But that, I could just stand up here all night and repeat city after town after village to you of where people have just started their own Occupy movement. They haven't waited for the leader. They haven't waited for instructions. They haven't waited until they get organized. Where's the bylaws? Are you following Robert's Rules of Order? They haven't done any of that. It's just happened. It's happened so organically. But it had to happen, right? It was bound to happen. Because they organized it. Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Chase. They organized it. They couldn't be satisfied. They couldn't be satisfied. So they figured, what else can we do to screw the last dime out of these people? Now let's see, let's go through what we've done already. Okay, we've eliminated millions of jobs, and the people who still have jobs, we make them do the job of 2 people or 3, right? That saves a lot of money. We've cut back on their health care benefits or got rid of it entirely. Let's see, we've cut out vacation days, sick days, bereavement days. Okay, that's all gone. Pension, pension. Whoa, no more pension. Cross that one off the list. Damn, okay, we've done just about everything to squeeze them. Oh, I got an idea. Let's construct some mortgages for them. Yeah. Let's suck them in to something that a certain number of them may not be able to handle, but that's okay. We don't care. Because in our other division here at Chase, we have a division that's going to bet on these people that we know some of them aren't going to make it. We're going to take bets out, not in favor of them, but against them. And we're going to take all their mortgages and chop them all up into 1,000 pieces and bundle them and resell them to people, knowing that some of them weren't going to work. So we can make even more money. And if somehow we get hurt by this, we'll take out an insurance policy from AIG to get even more money. And I think if for some reason this collapses, the federal government will have to step in because we'll scare the bejesus out of them, these frightened little Harry Reeds. We'll make them do this. And they did. Brilliant, genius minds, aren't they? Yeah, sick is what they are.
They fall into place.
Not a problem. I can last for a couple more.
If they don't play the game, then someone will win.
That's right.
And so it just keeps going.
That's right. It's just self-perpetuating.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for your hard work. It's really inspiring that you stick to it. I'll do my part, you do yours, right? It gets better.
It does.
Yeah. All right.
Michael,
Thank you.
And you help make it get better.
We're all part of this, you know, so thanks
We
again.
just have our own little ways of making mischief.
Right, that's right.
Good to see you.
All right, good to see you guys. All right, take care.
You guys take care of yourself.
Yeah, I will. I know, I will.